I wanted to share with you 7 ways to motivate yourself for Motivational Monday. 7 ways to motivate yourself. The first way you can motivate yourself is by writing a vision of what you see for your life. And you can write an overall vision for your life. And if you really want to unpack it and go deeper, then you can categorize it by financial vision, wellness vision. This is some work that I'm working on with my current coach, Clavis Anderson of Clavis Coaching Cadre. We are working on writing our vision. I can share more about that later, but back to what I want to share with you: 7 ways to motivate yourself. So number 1, writing a vision. Number 2, not only writing that vision, but posting that vision somewhere where you can see it every day. I'm a visual learner, so I have to see things. And a daily reminder of something that you see and you read subconsciously, whether or not you know that constant reading of that vision is planting seeds of faith in your mind, in your subconscious. And that's a great way to motivate yourself, to have somebody to motivate you. So that visual outside of yourself is a motivation for you. Another way is take some time and think about past challenges that you have faced and you survived. You endured. You conquered them. As a victor, you conquered them. Think about some past challenges and how you were able to conquer those past challenges. So then think about, I had that struggle before, and this is how I got through it. So then you can think about, so what tools did you learn? See, life is a learning journey. It really is. One of my friends and I, we said, the whole time you're living, you got to realize you're learning. We're on a journey, and it never ends. So no one has arrived or no one is all that. Everybody is growing. So that's why even me, I can be a life coach for you while I'm being coached. Why? Because I'm sharing my learning from my lived experiences with you and how I got through to help you get through. I don't have to be an expert. I'm just a person who's willing to position myself side by side with you and to say, okay, what is it you're facing? Let's think about some ways that you can get through that. And there are some of us who take coaching very passionately. I think coaching is my calling. I was an instructional coach initially, but I know that's how God put me on this path. I love talking to people. I have so much more strength in me than I even recognize. I'm still learning me. But the one thing about it, while I'm learning me, I'm fine. I'm comfortable with sharing what I have learned, what I've come to know for sure. Because there are a lot of things I've come to know for sure, on my life journey. So anyway, the recap, because I went on a little tangent, that's me. I'm about to work on that. But the recap: 7 ways to motivate yourself. 1, write a vision. 2, post that vision somewhere where you can see it every day. 3, think about past challenges that you've had and how you were able to conquer those challenges. And what did you use? What did you have to do? What did you have to be in order to conquer those challenges? Those are now tools that you have. It could be patience. Oh, I have learned how to count to 10 before I respond when somebody done piss me off. Okay, that's a strategy. Count to 10 before we speak when we're in a stressful situation or when we have been made angry by someone. So you can dress that thing up, but all it means is count to 10 before you open your mouth. But anyway, it's something that you learn because of a past challenge, and you got through, and that's something you go, oh, that's how I learned it. So all those skills, all those strategies, all those tools, that goes into your life journey toolkit. And that's a tool you have to use. Sometimes we have to face an experience so we can acquire a tool to put in our toolkit. I know, Jared. I've had to face a lot of experiences. Woo. That means I have a lot of tools in my toolkit. But it's about food, though. So that's why I'm on another level of learning now, to learn how to release and let go of some things, because I'm good on acquiring all these tools in my toolkit. So anyway, so a fourth thing that you can do to motivate yourself is to journal. And just journal from your heart, from your stream of consciousness. Just write on the paper. Don't worry about the words are spelled incorrect. I mean, if it's abbreviated, just get your thoughts on paper. And this is something that's a growth area for me, because if you journal every day, then you have this written history of your life. And then you can have a moment when you go back and you look across those journal entries. And that way you can stay in a place of gratitude, like, wow, you know what? Last week when this is me. Last week when I had a knot on my tire and someone noticed that morning, which put it on my brain. Then I had to deal with it, and I needed to replace my tire because it wasn't safe for my child. Wow, look at God looking out for me. Cost me $210. But but at the end of the day, and I mean, I just thank God for that. I thank God for having $210 to be able to take care of it and keep it moving, So when you write things down on your journal, it just lets you know what you face day to day, and you made it through with the help of God. And so that helps to motivate you too, to look back. Hey, I've had a bad day before, and I got through it. Number 5, define your why. What is your why? Why do you get up every morning? Why do you do what you do? Why do you work where you work? Why do you work? When you define your why, it really will motivate you. It really, really will. My why for almost everything in my life is Lydia Grace. She's my why, and that motivates me. So because she's my why, it's motivated me to do a lot of things which have been good for me. So define your why. What's your why? What keeps you going? And it's different for everybody, and that's okay. All right, number 6, look at others to inspire you. And this is not through the lens of jealousy or through the lens of envy. It's about, what do you think about what you want for your life? Come on now, social media is flooded every day, but there are other people who might be living the life you want to live. And not that same particular life, but having those life experiences. Let me say that. Because to me, a huge life experience is traveling. So I love to look at other people who are having that life experience of traveling, because that's something I've always wanted for myself. And I definitely want it now for myself and my daughter. So looking at those things, they inspire me. Okay? So they inspire me. I don't look at it in envy, like, oh, that's what I didn't think about. I can put that on my vision. Going back to number 1. All right. So look at others to inspire you. And then when you see things, you can add that to your vision. Travel out of the country. All my children have a passport. Dreaming big. And number 7, last, and to me, so much more important than any of the other things, is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk. You have to speak to yourself in a loving, kind, gentle way. That's something that has really gotten me through. is speaking positively to myself. You would be surprised. Take that time. Yeah, I challenge you for the rest of this week. I challenge you to think about your thinking. It's called metacognition. We talk about that in education about the children when they're thinking about their thinking, when they read a story or heard a story. But it means thinking about your thinking. I thought about my thoughts, and they weren't loving. It was always doubt or fear or lack or all those kind of things. But I don't speak to myself that way now most of the time. Not 100%. Sometimes I have to correct a thought. But number seven number seven, lastly, and what I feel like is most important is positive self-talk. Because if you talk to yourself in a loving way, then you are able to dream big. Then you are able to go, woo, girl, you gotta be thankful for all the things that you've gone through, or all the ways God has blessed you, or all the doors have been open for you. So positive self-talk is huge. It's huge. It's so impactful to you. I tell everybody, most of my time is spent with a 6-year-old. So I love adult interaction and adult conversation. So a lot of times from day to day, that adult conversation might be me with me. But anyway, just talk to yourself in a loving way, in a supportive way. And you'll be surprised how that can shift your level of motivation. So, 7 ways to motivate yourself. Think about them. And these are things that I offer to you to consider and hopefully try. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. I really would. Peace and blessings from Soulfully Mommying, where we have soul to soul conversations and connections.